I support the legalization and regulation of prostitution. Now, to all you dads and moms out there saying, oh, my baby girl, what if she becomes a prostitute if it's legal? Well, let me say this to you. She might already become a prostitute because being a prostitute is the oldest trick in the book. And plus, she's already fucking all the boys for free, so why doesn't she fucking get paid for it? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, if it's legal and regulated, it would be a safer work environment for sex workers. There would be regular testing of STDs. So if an STD occurs, they could get the proper treatment needed. And also, there would be less STDs going around because men would have to wear condoms, rather than regular prostitution where, oh, it's an extra $20 to fuck me raw. So, less STDs, that's a bonus already. Prostitution already exists, so why not prostitution with less STDs? In fact, almost no STDs under this system. So that's one checkpoint for why prostitution should be legal. Number 2, people are already fucking anyways, so why not make it legal to fuck for money? Why not? In fact, isn't like corporations and billionaires can give money to politicians and shit, right? So, and they're allowed to do this because giving money to politicians is like free speech, right? So if I give my money to a prostitute, right, then I'm just giving my free speech to wanting my dick sucked. Am I wrong? I mean, they use the same argument, so why can't I? And furthermore, there'd be less gorilla pimping. Do you know what gorilla pimping is? Jeremiah, what is gorilla pimping? It's like whenever you're like beating the fuck out of a chick and making her in line, right? And making her fuck people. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there would be less of that if it's legal and regulated, because that wouldn't fucking exist. At least not near as in the numbers that it exists in now, right? And there would be no drug pimping. What is drug pimping, you ask? It's fairly like drug pimping, right? You give a woman drugs, get her addicted, get her fucking people for money so she can get high, right? And then she's hooked to it. She's just fucking people for money, and you're getting the money and she's getting high and she's fine with it because she's a junkie, right? There'd be none of that. It would just be legal women, whether they do drugs or not, it's their choice at this point, which they probably would. But anyways, it would be adult women fucking adult men for money because adults engage in activities that adults want to engage in. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong if an adult wants to fuck another adult for a sum of money? And plus, another reason why it should be legal is because of tax money. You could tax prostitution if it was legal. And that money wouldn't be going to criminals. That money would be going to sexual education. That money would be going to education in general. That money would be going to helping fight sex trafficking, illegal sex trafficking that might be absolutely harmful to the sex worker. If a sex worker has an option to go into a business, a brothel, and fuck people for money, and it's totally legal and regulated, then that is totally her choice. But maybe, in other circumstances, she's brought about in that life. She's sort of born into it. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you rather it be a choice than for people to be born into it? And also, I guess I'd like to finish this off with adults should be able to do what adults want to do as long as they're not hurting anybody. And an adult fucking another person for money isn't really hurting anybody, is it?